What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Jarrell Hicks, back today to bring you episode 3 of the podcast. I think I missed a week or two, but I'm back now, ready to get started, ready to get back on the flow of things. Let's get straight into it. We're going to start with some basketball, NBA basketball, since that's the most relevant and prevalent thing right now going on in mainstream sports. Then we'll branch off to UFC, other things, NFL, stuff like that, and other breaking news going on in other sports. But let's start with some playoff basketball. So look at the standings, where we're at right now tonight. Today is Wednesday, August 26th. Tonight, Game 5 for the Magic and Bucks. You know it's a wrap. Bucks going to finish them off 4-1. Easy money for the Bucks at 4 o'clock today. Now, let's skip this game and go to the next game. The late game tonight, Trailblazers versus Lakers, Game 5. Lakers going to close out, no problem. Dame's out Game 5 with a knee injury, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's a wrap. I might tune in just to watch LeBron work. I love watching greatness work. LeBron's the best to ever do it, in my opinion. I love watching him play. I might tune in a little bit, but no, I'm good on that. And I'll touch on this series more later on in the podcast. But yeah. We gotta put more respect on the King name, especially me. I come to apologize. I come to take a knee, and humbly apologize to the King, LeBron James. But I'll get into that later on in the podcast. But a game with a night for me. Thunder versus Rockets, Game 5. Series tied 2-2. And watching Game 1 and the Rockets blowing the Thunder out, I just knew. Okay, so before the series started, saw the matchup. I'm like, okay, I think the Thunder could win. So I was kind of going Game 7 on this series at first, right? Game 1 happened. I'm like, oh man, Chris Paul and SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they are in sync. Strollinger didn't play the best. Steven Adams got a little nicked up the first game. I'm like, oh, it's the series over already, gonna get swept. Game 2 happened, Game 3 happened, Game 4 happened. This is series now. I'm excited. This is probably, no, I'm wrong. The Jazz and Nuggets still the best series left. But yeah, after that, Thunder and Rockets are must-see TV for me, especially tonight, with it being the most competitive game left, in my opinion. For tonight, Magic and Bucks are done. Blazers and Lakers are done, basically, in my opinion. So yeah, tonight, I'm ready. Thunder and Rockets, 6:30. I'll be tuned in, watching every dribble of the game. I will be here ready for it. Now, tomorrow, Game 6. Well, I'm not worried about tomorrow. I must leave that later. But last night's game between Nuggets and the Jazz, very good game. I was not tuned in the first half. I got home late from work, seen the score. The Jazz blowing out the Nuggets. I did see Jokic. I can't even talk. I did see Jokic go 8 for 8 in the first quarter, drop 15 points, 3 for 3 from three-point land, looked amazing. Second quarter, came out 1 for 5, 2 points, I believe, 5 points, something like that. That was it. But, when I tuned in the fourth quarter, I checked NBA scores on Google, popped up like a 1-point game. I said, hold on, excuse me. So I ran to the screen, ran to the TV, started watching the rest of it. This series is kind of shocking to me going to Game 6. I would have thought going off Game 1, and before the series started, the Nuggets had too much for the Jazz. The Jazz, to me, only have Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert. And I knew Jokic and Gobert would kind of even out, kind of, sort of. And I thought Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. would kind of cancel out Donovan Mitchell, kind of like a combined cancel out. But, it's kind of just 1v1 right now. Murray and Mitchell versus Gobert and Jokic. Whoever wins those individual matchups usually wins the game so far. So, except for Game 1. Game 1, Mitchell dropped 57, 52, something like that. But Murray closed out strong and won a game for the Nuggets. But yeah, usually whoever wins the individual matchup between the two matchups I mentioned earlier wins the game. So last night it was the Nuggets. Jokic outplayed Gobert. and Murray outplayed Mitchell towards the third and fourth quarter. So I'm ready for that game tomorrow night. If I had to bet, I would say Jazz close it out. Nuggets a little bit too inconsistent for my liking. I like him a lot. I had them going. I had to win this round pretty easily, like I just said, but they're a little too inconsistent for me. Michael Porter Jr., one of my favorite young players in the league today, isn't really playing that consistent either. So I'm kind of good on the Nuggets this year. Hopefully next year to come back, Gary Harris, Will Barton back, and make a better run for it next year. But tomorrow night I'm going with the Jazz. Clippers and Mavericks. That's where I'm going to stop at here, and I'm going to branch off somewhere else after this, discussing this game. So I was going to come in with jokes about Paul George. So if you didn't know, I love Paul George. I think Paul George is a top 5 talent. Talent alone. Paul George is top 5. I think he is the 3rd or 4th two-way player, best two-way player in the league today, behind Kawhi Leonard, behind Giannis, and I think behind Anthony Davis. I think maybe Embiid. Maybe. Probably not Embiid. No. Yeah. I would say Kawhi, Giannis, AD, and Paul George. So yeah, Paul George is the 4th best, in my opinion, two-way player in the league today, playing offense and defense. I love Paul George a lot. I love him since Indiana, since he first came in the league. But I had jokes for him for playoff P / pandemic P. I had jokes for him. I'm gonna come in and joke him, laugh at him. But he came out with a statement saying he was battling depression and stuff in a dark place since entering the bubble. So this kind of killed my jokes. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm not gonna joke on a man that's down or a woman that's down and going through something personally. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But his play on the court has been very shoddy, except for last night. Last night went for 35 points, played like normal Paul George, played amazing. When they play like this, when Kawhi's on almost every time down the stretch, 30 points a game, Kawhi, you can pencil that in every night. Pencil that in, about 35 and 5. That's Kawhi's stat sheet for the whole year probably. Paul George, on the other hand, when he's on like this, they're tough to beat. They're tough to beat, man. And the Mavericks ran to a buzzsaw last night. They have no shot now. Zero shot of beating the Clippers in this series. I'm surprised it got 2-2. It shouldn't really got 2-2. You know, they came back from the game 3 it was, I believe. Came back from a 20-point deficit. Or game 4 maybe, something like that. And Luka hit that crazy shot. That clutch shot. But yeah, there's no chance the Mavericks are winning game 6. Kawhi not letting it happen. Lou Will not letting it happen. Doc not letting it happen. Paul George not letting it happen. He played great last night. He's back. He looks to be, only after one game, he looks to be back to his normal self. So I have no doubt in my mind they will come and run through the Mavericks again, game 6 tomorrow night. But I'm going to start it right here. Saying all that, I want to stop on Luka Doncic. Now, since hitting that clutch shot, you know how the mainstream media does, ESPN, FS1, other networks, mainstream guys. Is he top 5 in the league? Is he the best player in all time? Was the best clutch shot in playoffs? No. All that is no. But I did see a question pop up. I forgot where I saw that. I think it was Shaq. On TNT, NBA on TNT, whatever it's called. What's the show called with Shaq, Chuck, and Kenny? I know behind the scenes. What's it called? I forgot what it's called. I watch the show all the time. I don't know why I'm forgetting what it's called now, but there's no hate in this to him. I just really forgot what the show is called. I watch it all the time. But the TNT show, Shaq said he wasn't impressed by Luka. He's a great player, great young guy, whatever, but he's not better than James Harden. So, my question to you guys is, and you can respond to me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, on a YouTube video. This will be a YouTube video. This will be clipped out from the podcast and be a YouTube video. Is Luka Doncic better than James Harden right now? Right now. That's a tough question. If you were to pull up their stats, I'm pretty sure you'll see James Harden finished with the highest scoring in the league again this year. The NBA's leading scorer, I think with 31 points, almost 32 points, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull it up real quick to make sure. I think with 31 points. Sound a little low though, I'm not gonna lie. Let me see. Let me hurry up and see. I believe. Okay, so 38. Okay, oh wow. Okay, cool. Okay, yes, I know it's kind of low. So 38.4 points this season. James Harden scored basically 40 points per game during the season for the Rockets. If I'm not mistaken, Luka is like 29 points per game. So scoring, you would have to give it to James Harden. Passing, they both can give you around triple-double a night if they wanted to. But I still had to reserve the better passer for Luka Doncic. So scoring, one to James Harden. And plus the foul line stuff, yeah, James Harden got the scoring part. It's close. It is close. Before I do this, let me break it down how I figure who's a better player in certain situations. I break down the basic fundamentals of their game. So I break it down to 4 or 5 points. Scoring, passing, rebounding, defense, and clutchness. 5 points, that's it. Basic, simple, nothing hard about it. So like I said, 1 point, give it to James Harden. 1 point so far, give it to Luka. Luka has 1 point for the passing. I believe James Harden is a basic passer. He's not really a talented, I'll say, passer. He passed the ball when you're supposed to. When he drives in and get doubled, he'll pass to the corner, pass it out the tuck, whatever he passes it to, and they'll score. Or a couple years ago, last year, he would give it to old boy Clint Capella, the center. He'll get lobs all day. You know what I mean? So James Harden isn't a gifted passer. He's just a regular passer of the ball. He's not a gifted passer. You know what I'm saying? Luka, I believe, he has dimes. Luka drops dimes sometimes while giving you 10 assists a game, almost 10 assists a game. Luka give you drop dimes. He give you great passes. He'll pass you open. James will throw to an already open guy. You get what I'm saying? So I have Luka as the more gifted and the better passer. That passing number, their assist numbers, by not looking it up, I'm pretty sure they're real close. They're real similar. So yeah, I will give to Luka just off his passing ability. I think it's better. Rebounding, about the same rebounding. I'll give it a tie. So I give it a tie. Half point go to James, half point go to Luka. So it's 1.5 points. Now is where it gets tough. Defense. I don't know. I'll probably, and I know it sounds crazy, this point might go to James Harden. James Harden right now, in my eyes, what I've seen is a better defender, more consistent defender than Luka Doncic. Now, I know the clips and the memes and the highlight reels of James Harden not trying, but when James tries, he tries. And he can't clamp you. He cannot clamp you. But he can definitely stay in front of you and make life hard for you. And he's done it in the playoffs. In this playoffs here, James has tried to play defense. He has. Sometimes. Luka, they're similar on defense as well, but I will give it personally to James Harden. So that's the score right now. 2-1, 2.5 James Harden, 1.5 to Luka Doncic. Now, last one, clutchness. Who's the most clutch or the more clutchest player between the two, James Harden and Luka Doncic? I would say Luka. He already, after only one his first time in the playoffs, this one playoff series, to my knowledge, to my recollection, not being short-sighted or short-minded or being biased at all, Luka already has one more playoff clutch moment than James Harden has. And it's only about making that one shot against the Clippers the other day. That one shot has been more clutch than James Harden has been his entire playoff run with the Thunder and with the Rockets. All these 6, 7, 8 years he's been in the league. So and also in the regular season. I mean, in the regular season, James Harden has some great moments, great clutch moments. Dagger threes, dagger foul shots, dagger and ones. Luka does too. Only after 2 years in the league, Luka does too. He definitely does, man. So I would have to edge it to Luka. I would have to give the Luka 2.5 tie. So right now, with my scoring system, I have James Harden and Luka Doncic tied for top 10 in the league right now. And in no order. I'm not getting a list right now. I'm not getting a list. I'm not doing a list because I put myself in a spot right now. But right now, wherever you want to rank them at, wherever you rank James Harden at, in my opinion, you have to rank Luka in the same exact spot. So if they're 10A, if Luka's 10A, James Harden is 10B. If Luka's 13A, James Harden 13B. That's how I have it. I gave you my scoring system. You saw how I graded it. I gave my points. So you guys tell me in the comment section on YouTube, Stat Street Sports on YouTube, Stat Street Sports everywhere on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Stat Street Sports, who's a better player right now, Luka Doncic or James Harden? I'ma personally say it's a tie. So wherever you have them top 10, top 20, top 100 in the NBA right now, you will have to give it a tie for my scoring. Now, let's run it all the way back. Let's talk to LeBron James and the Lakers. Well, really to LeBron James. I want to humbly apologize to the king. Gladly, I did make this video, but I was going to do a video on did LeBron James lose a step / all I want, but this is the content of the video, not the actual title, but did LeBron James lose a step? And also, if the Blazers sweep the Lakers, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be concerned about LeBron's legacy or about the Lakers at all, right? So let me tell you where I was coming from before you judge me. Dame had the hot hand, and this is after game one also. Dame had the hot hand. CJ is CJ. He'll give you 20, 25 points a night. Melo's playing well. Nurkic playing well. Whiteside was struggling, but I knew what he can do. He's a good shot blocker, great inside force. I thought Zach Collins was coming back, and Gary Trent Jr. was shooting amazing, right? So, game one happened. LeBron was missing a lot of, and even since the bubble started, LeBron's drives to the paint was missing a lot of layups, a lot of close shots. He'll still get contact. He'll get contact. He'll bounce off and go for the and-one. But the fouls weren't being called as normal as it used to be for LeBron in the bubble, in my opinion, or in the playoffs, the first game. So, and also Danny Green struggling, KCP struggling as normal. They both struggle from here, sometimes. So, from what I was seeing, I'm like, man, LeBron's not as physical as he used to be. Definitely not as athletic, but definitely not as physical. He's not taking the contact and still scoring. He's getting contact. He's getting physical. He's getting played physically still, not getting the foul calls and still missing layups. I'm like, oh man, this is cause to pause. Then you have Dame Lillard, who's hot. CJ, the whole Blazers offense is playing great. Game one happened. Got nervous. I was going to do a video. I didn't make the video. I was busy, so I couldn't make the video. But I was definitely going to come up here and say, on my YouTube channel, that if the Lakers get swept, I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be shocked. And I wouldn't be mad. Now, fast forward to to today, a week later, the Lakers are up 3-1. LeBron's played great since that game 1. Looked amazing. Playoff LeBron is activated. He gave you 2 snares. Game 2 and game 4, he gave you snares that scare you to death if you're guarding him. He gave you a logo LeBron 3 last game, game 4, with a head nod. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I didn't know. I just thought he lost a step, but he's still but let me say this. Before the season started, I said LeBron's the best player in the world still. I said that last summer going into this season. Them playing the entire regular season, I stood by that. And entering the bubble now in the playoffs, I still stand by that. LeBron is the best player in the world right now, still year 17. And I want to say sorry because I let the pressure get to me. And I changed my mind. So yeah, LeBron's still the best. The Blazers are out of here. Whether Dame was healthy or not, it wouldn't make a difference in my opinion. And yeah, on to the Thunder or Rockets next for LeBron. And now I want to speak on something I forgot to speak on, which was the Celtics and Raptors. That series might start tomorrow. Celtics just swept the 76ers. The head coach fired, which is Brett Brown, not a big fan of anyway, so I'm cool with it. And Raptors just defeated the Nets, I believe. No, am I true? Is that right? Yeah. I think they beat, no. Who did the Raptors beat? The Raptors beat the Nets, right? Not mistaken. But whoever they beat in the playoffs, they're set to play tomorrow night, 6:30, Thursday, August 27th. But with the passing of the murder. No, he's not dead. Jacob Blake being paralyzed from the waist down. The incident that happened a couple days ago. You know what happened. I don't want to get too much into it because I'll get upset. But Jacob Blake, him being, in a lot of people's eyes, in my eyes, wrongfully shot and paralyzed and injured severely. The players, that game was up in the air. The rumor is the players might boycott the game and just sit out the entire game and play again Friday or Saturday. And some players, the thing is, they don't know for sure yet. Players want to play, some players don't. They'll see what they do, what they decide on as a mutual agreement. But let me say this about it. I'm fine either way. The players who want to play, I'm cool with it. The players who don't want to play, I'm cool with it. But my sentiments were already said from LeBron James and Doc Rivers. Those two black men spoke out for James Blake and for black people and Americans in general. So whatever they said, I stand by it. Those are my words as well. I don't want to get into the white man, the young white guy carrying the assault rifle discovered last night on the protest in Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. He was going around killing black people left and right. The police didn't say nothing to him. The police didn't stop him. The news I saw said the police gave him water before he started shooting black people. The police gave him water and told him, "Thank you for your service." And since that point in time, when they gave him the water, he went on a black people killing spree. So I don't want to talk about stuff like that because I will, I'm just leave it alone. I'll say that. And this is about sports, but I'm gonna leave it right there. But yeah, man, I do agree with Doc Rivers. I do agree with LeBron James. If you haven't seen their sentiments and what they said after their last two games, their respective games, go look it up on YouTube, Google, whatever you want to do. And whatever they said, I support it. I agree with it. I stand by it. So whatever the players want to do, for the Celtics Raptors game or any other game, I stick with it. I stand by it. Now, on to Giannis, the Greek Freak, winning the Defensive Player of the Year. I was going to say shocked, but I thought AD had it in the bag this year. I'm not going to lie. I thought AD did enough to get it. Giannis played great as offense on defense. Like I said, he is the second best defensive player in the world. The second best two-way player in the world today. Still, to me, the second best defensive player in the world today. I'm trying to say it the right way. The numbers they're going by for the Player of the Year is really off of blocks and steals, which is fine. But you have to go on like a cornerback for the NFL, like for like a DB for an NFL team. You have to go by catches allowed. So in this basketball terms, points allowed. How many points did I allow this season? That should factor in my opinion. And I don't know what Giannis did or didn't do. I'm not sure, but if you're just going by blocks and steals, I mean, Giannis had it in the bag almost every year. Giannis or Gobert or Kawhi, I guess. But if you're going by actual points allowed, clamping up people, like stuff like man, not a stat. Clamping up people, not a stat, but going off of, like I said, actual points allowed, like the NFL DB, catches allowed. How many catches did I allow this season? You know what I'm saying? How many points did I allow on me this season? When I'm guarding one-on-one, mano-a-mano, how many points did I allow? That should play a role in. And now Giannis is a great player, but I think, and he deserves the award as well. Like he's in the top 3 for it. Him, Kawhi, and AD. Top 4. I guess Gobert was too still, but I think AD should have won it. I'm not mad about it, not tripping about it, but AD should have got it in my opinion. But Giannis does deserve it. I guess he'll win MVP too. I guess that's what the report isn't out officially, but every mainstream guy I keep saying says he got it. He got it in the bag. So great feat for him. He's in some great company with that feat. I think Jordan did it, if I'm not mistaken. Am I tripping? Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain. So I don't know. I might be tripping. But yeah, he's in great company. Well, I saw the list earlier. Whoever the list was on the list, he's in great company. Trust me. So, I guess he won the MVP as well. But Defensive Player of the Year, I think, should be more than just blocks and steals. And I'll leave that there for that. And before we get off basketball, let's talk about Ty Lue, current former Cavaliers head coach, current assistant coach for the LA Clippers. Ty Lue's the big man on campus right now. He has the position to choose any team he wants that's open, but he's reportedly the head candidate for multiple jobs, including the newly open 76ers job, the newly open Nets job, and also the newly open Pelicans job. 3 pretty good jobs. All have their ups and their pros and cons, which any job does. But if I were to go anywhere, if I'm him, I'm heading to Brooklyn. I'm going with KD, and I take it back. I don't know. It's kind of tough. You go with two guys like KD and Kyrie, that's great players, but they're, do their own thing. They're not really, I say team guys. I don't know, but they do their own thing. I'll say that. Or go to a younger group of very good, great players that haven't always been on the same page, which is the 76ers. The Pelicans, no. I'm not coaching Zion. I don't want no part of Zion. His weight issue, in my opinion, His weight issue is a little challenging for me, a little scary to me. You have Lonzo there, you have Drew Holiday, you have Brandon Ingram. I don't really like the way the team is built, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't like the way the team is built. I don't think Zion and Ingram can play together long term and be successful. That's just me. And also, like I said, Zion weight just scares me. So I'm good on Zion. So to me, it's down for Ty Lue. If I'm Ty Lue, it's down to Brooklyn and Philly. Philly, two young guns. They're getting a little older. They're getting older. Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris, Josh Richardson. Pretty good squad. Should be a very good squad, but they just haven't gotten it to click. Or Brooklyn, two older, established Hall of Fame guys. KD, one of the best to ever do it. Kyrie, one of the better point guards to ever do it, if you ask some people. Not really me, but he's very good though. Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, DeAndre Jordan, Spencer Dinwiddie for now. I think he's going to leave this summer. And some other good guys, right? Joe Harris, who might leave this summer as well as a free agent. I don't know, man. That's a tough thing to decide from. Like I said, I would pick with the proven guys. I'm going with KD and Kyrie. I don't really have to coach you. KD, when it's clutch time, ISO the ball to you and score. Kyrie, when KD off or no, when he give you the ball, you do your thing. When KD says so, you do it. You're his backup. You're his wingman. To me, Joel and Ben Simmons are still trying to figure out who's one, who's two. I think Kyrie and KD knows who's one, who's two. NBA knows this. The NBA world knows this. I think in Philly it's a little bit different. I think them two young guys who have been rumored in the past, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, who have had issues behind the scenes in the past. They still, I think I made a video on this on YouTube. Check it out, Stat Street Sports on YouTube. I made a video this past week, a couple days ago, saying I think one has to go. I know for sure for Philadelphia 76ers to be successful, one of those two guys have to go. And I think, Elton Brand came out and said no, they're both staying. But I still think otherwise. The bubble's still young. The season's nowhere near over yet. I think one will be traded this offseason. If I had to bet, I'll say Joel Embiid because Ben Simmons is younger. I think he can be managed more. He's more even keeled. Joel's too emotional, I'll say, and just not consistent enough in my opinion. So yeah, that's that on that. But yeah, for Ty Lue, I would give him, if I'm him, I'm going with Brooklyn. Now to a new open candidate spot. Coach just got fired today. Coach for the Indiana Pacers, Nate McMillan. I didn't know he was there for 3-4 years. I did not know that. I didn't realize that. But yeah, he's on the outs. They just got swept by Miami. I believe Larry Bird stepped down as GM or president too, right? This past year as well. So yeah, that team is in flux right now. The rumor is Victor Oladipo is on the trade market, which he should be. Getting older, stays injured a lot more than he used to be. Injury prone. Should be on a winning team. I'm not going to go on a what team he should be traded to, whatever. But I think Oladipo should be on the trade block. Pacers have kind of a weird team. Miles Turner is okay. He hasn't panned out like they thought he would all the way. He's very good though. Very, very good. He gives you shooting as a 4-5, a real legit thick five. He's a big boy. He's not no little skinny shrimp. Big boy 5. Give you shooting, give you post, give you mid-range, give you shot blocking, give you rebounding. Just not at the level. I think he's a B. He should be, they thought he would be like a A, B+, A-. He's a B at all levels right now. He's not really an A to stand out at any one thing. He hasn't developed like I thought he would, in my opinion. He's not on the level of Cat or Joel. He's not nowhere near that now. He's just a very, very good solid 5 option that can do everything. But he hasn't really broke out like they thought, or like I thought he would as well. I like him a lot. TJ Warren had a breakout bubble, didn't do much in the playoffs. Like I said, Oladipo getting older, pushing 30, right? Should be around 28, 29. Been hurt a couple times last couple years. Still can score, still solid defense, but might be time to move on. They signed Malcolm Brogdon. Cool, nothing crazy. Their team is okay. Good scrappy team. They just need to rebuild for the future. Trade Warren, trade Oladipo, in my opinion. You can keep Miles Turner if you want to, and try to go super young and try to get a stud next year or 2 years from now. Try to get a stud. But other than that, I think they're just going to be a middle of the road team from now on to the foreseeable future. Let's see. That's really it for basketball, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I think my NBA mock draft will be out next week. Because the draft not coming till September until around football season, so I'm gonna hold off for that. I did my video on LaMelo Ball, so check that out on YouTube. I did my video on James Wiseman on YouTube. Both of those came out the same day this time, a couple days ago. Good videos, man. Check them out. Stat Street Sport on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me everywhere. Social media, Stat Street Sports. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. So let's see. Where to next? I want to do NFL, man, but not really much to talk about. I see the Dan Snyder news for the Washington team. He's been a creep. I'm not really, they ain't really nothing to me. That's normal owner type stuff for teams. Bob Kraft got caught with the Asian people doing their thing. They're doing this thug thizzle on them tug and rub spots. That ain't nothing crazy. So, that's normal owner stuff for NFL sport, NBA sports teams, all that good stuff. So I'm not tripping off that. But I guess we can get into some Madden 21 talk. So Madden 21, the beta is out. I believe the beta is out. I have not played it. Will not play it right now. Will not buy it right now unless people tell me to. So in the comment section, this will be cut out from the podcast and be a video. Should I buy Madden 21? I made a video on it a few months ago when the trailer, a month and a half ago when the trailer came out. Wasn't impressed. Franchise mode wasn't touched on at all. New stuff have came out since, like the yard and stuff like that. I follow C4, I follow Bingo, I follow Eric Rayweather. I follow those guys. I see the Madden 21 content. Not impressed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not impressed. I'm more of a franchise-only type guy. I'm not going to play on YouTube at all. I'm not going to show on YouTube, nothing like that. I just play for fun. Same way for 2K. But the release is, I believe, August 28th, official release. I've been debating on it. I've been saying no. Even watching the guys, at C4 and those guys' videos. Should I watch? Should I buy it? I'm seeing them playing. I've seen the scheme, seen the new this, new that, the yard, the storyline mode thing. I don't really care about. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll tend to say no. I stand by certain things, and if I think you're just honing me with the same game for years now, which they have been doing for years, I don't make my money. I don't make money from YouTube at all right now. I don't make money playing games either, so I'm not going to buy something that don't profit me at all. I'm not C4, I'm not Bingo, I'm not none of those guys. Like they said before, they make money from this content, so they have to buy and play the game. They have to. I don't support it. In the past, I haven't supported it, so I probably will stick to my guns, probably. But I do, the kid in me do love Madden 2K. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'll see. But most likely, I'm not gonna buy it. But let me know in the comment section, guys. Should I buy it? Hit me up on social media, in the DMs, comment section, whatever. Should I buy Madden 21? I'm leaning towards no. I really am. But I'll see, man. I don't know for sure yet, but I will see. Let's get into some UFC talk, man. Nothing really else going on. I've seen the baseball. I don't really care about baseball like that anymore. I've grown out of that stage in my life. I was a baseball fan for 10 years. Diehard Red Sox fan, Diehard Red Sox fan since middle school on the way up to probably like 3-4 years ago. And just can't get back into it, man. The game's so boring to me now. I'm seeing the stats and the dude hitting the home runs and the grand slams and the no-hitter happened last night. I don't care. I really don't care about the baseball at all. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. I want to, but I really just can't do nothing with it right now, man. The love is gone. I think my favorite players are gone. Manny Ramirez gone, David Ortiz gone, Pujols old as balls, still trying to play. Mike Trout them cool, but I never really cared about Mike Trout like that. I don't know, man. I just can't get into baseball right now. But let's talk about some UFC, man. One of my favorite things right now to talk about. UFC 252. Oh, before I go there, UFC breaking news. The GOAT, one of the GOATs. I have a number 2 on my all-time list. Anderson Silva has just announced he is retired. Officially, he's out. He's out the game. Congrats to him on a great career. One of the best to ever do it, seriously. Anderson Silva, I'm pretty sure, gave the UFC a bunch of brand new fans back in the day, years ago when he was on his little run. He gave them heck of money, heck of fans, heck of spotlight, heck of stardom. You know what I'm saying? That's before Conor McGregor. He didn't talk. He just did his little 1-2, gimmick stuff and knocked people out in one fights and submitted and all that crazy stuff. He was a great fighter, man, and he stayed on a little longer than what we wanted him to see as a fan. He got, he lost his last 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken. Last one I seen him really fight, I seen him watching with my own eyes with Style in the fight, just off of similarities and the nostalgia of seeing those two fight. But after that, I think he might have fought one more time, maybe, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, congrats to him, man. Great career. Like I said, the GOAT list, he's number 2 or 3 for me. Somewhere around St. Pierre, John Jones. John Jones first, in my opinion. He might be in front of St. Pierre. Silva might be. We'll see. But yeah, man, great fighter, man. Great career. Legend, super legend, man. So shout out to him, man. But on to the new blood. Let's talk about, while we on John Jones, stay on John Jones. I've not done a video yet on YouTube about this, so this will be that video. John Jones vacated his light heavyweight title, and he's now going officially. About time. At 31 years old, he's finally going to heavyweight. Now, kind of sad a little bit. You're not in your prime till you're about 32, 33 anyway, supposedly. But he's looking, not the best the last 3 or 4 fights. But John has said finally he's going up to heavyweight. No timetable as of yet via Dana White. He said no timetable, but it could be an immediate title shot. And it should be. The first time we see John Jones, it better be against Francis for the title or Stipe for the title. Or anybody it don't matter who it is, but for the title. If not for the title, it better be against Francis. We need to see it. It's going to break the scales. It's going to break everything. John Jones' first fight at heavyweight has to be the biggest fight ever, followed up by a title shot or another biggest fight ever. It has to be, man. This has been in the rumor mill for MMA fans for a long time. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Watching UFC 52, seeing Cormier and Stipe have a pretty good fight, pretty solid fight. I was thinking the entire fight. I think John right now can beat both of those guys. I said it to myself throughout the whole entire fight. I think John's faster than both of them. I think John's stronger than both of them. And I think if he's aggressive and not scared to lose, I think John could knock both of those guys out. I'm not going to lie to you, man. And I truly believe that. And hopefully we will see it sometime, I guess, in 2021. From what John Jones said in his tweet about vacating the title and entering the heavyweight world, he said he's now just sitting, training, lifting weights for now, and hopefully will fight in 2021 in the heavyweight division. So we'll see him soon. Just wait a few months, blink the eyes 3 times. We'll be in January 2021. Hopefully safe and sound as a country, and hopefully we can see some John Jones heavyweight action. I would love to see it, man. Like I said, it has to be. Please, Francis, be his first fight for the title or not, doesn't matter. Or Stipe. Or DC, I guess. No, I'm good. I'm straight. Yeah, just give me Stipe or Francis. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't want to see for John. I don't really see his first fight has to be a big fight. Like I said, followed up by another great fight. So yeah, those 2 guys back to back would be awesome. I guess DC if you wanted to. No, argument is DC is better at heavyweight than light heavyweight, and blah blah blah. But I'm not the biggest DC fan here. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. He's great and all, but some guys just not a fan of. And DC is that guy for me. He's very acknowledge he's great. I acknowledge he's one of the best heavyweights ever to do it, but I just can't get with him as the fighter. He does nothing for me. He really does nothing for me, man. I'm not gonna lie. So, John Jones, I'm ready for you. Hopefully soon, man. Now let's talk about UFC 253. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm scared to death. I love Stylebender. I love the way he talks trash and can back it up, and has backed it up in the past. But Paulo Costa's a different guy, man. He's an animal. He's a real life animal. He's a big Brahma bull who doesn't stop. He comes at you full force. Whether the allegations from Adesanya is true or just talking about the steroids and PDs and all that stuff. Listen, if he don't get caught, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, man. So September 26th, I believe, or September 19th, whatever the actual date is. I've been seeing 2 dates. But whenever the fight is, and when Adesanya and Paulo Costa fight, I will be on the edge of my seat. I will be scared. I will be praying for Adesanya, because I really have no way in my mind seeing Adesanya staying with Paulo Costa. I don't see it, man. That big boy coming at you full force, nonstop, not backing down one bit, and you're trying to do your little technique and trying to, duck and dodge and duck and slide and duck and move. It's not going to work all night. He's going to put hands on you sometime. He's going to corner you at one point. And I don't know, man. I don't think Adesanya can hold up to him. I'm not going to lie. He's going to have to prove me wrong. I'm not betting on this fight at all. I'm not betting against Adesanya or his great coaching or his great camp. I love his camp. I love his coaches. Him and old boy from the other division who's the title holder, who just beat Max Holloway for the second time. Whoever, Volkanovski. I like them a lot, man. I like their techniques. I like their schemes. I like how they approach fights. I love their camp. But, man, I don't know. I don't think a technique or, a scheme or a game plan can really help with Paulo Costa. He just comes at you. He's just coming. He's just coming at you, man. And steroids or not, PDs or not, if he don't get caught, it's on it. It's a fair game, I guess. And that's a big boy. That's a big boy. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. So, oh man, September, whatever, UFC 253. Woo, it's gonna be a toughie, man. It's gonna be a tough one to watch. I just hope Adesanya can survive it. I hope so, man. I like him a lot, man. My favorite fighter in the world right now is Adesanya. I love his style. I love his whole swag and like his bravado. It was a bad stutter right there too. You saw that bravado. Get it out straight. I love his whole demeanor, man. He's a great fighter. But, whoo, Paulo Costa is the truth. He's a big silverback gorilla, big Brahma bull coming at you. Just heads up, what's up? And he's not backing down. He's not taking a step back at all. You might delay. You hit him, he might, delay him from going forward if you hit him. But once that kick goes back, he's still walking forward until he meets the target. And if you're in the corner and he starts swinging, oh my God, Adesanya might crumble. Oh my gosh. Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared. I'm scared for him. Another fight I seen on the docket coming up in September, if I'm not mistaken as well. Reyes versus Blackowitz for the now vacant John Jones vacant light heavyweight title. Two very good fighters. Reyes showed everyone in the world his butt last time he faked time. I can't even talk. Dominic Reyes, Jan Blackowitz, coming up for the now vacant light heavyweight title. Let's talk clear now. Dominic Reyes showed his butt off to the world and what he could really do when he fought John Jones a couple months ago. He looked fantastic. People had him winning. I had him winning slightly. He was more aggressive. He landed it more, if I'm not mistaken. He just looked better. And I thought he won. But John turned on 4th, 5th rounds, championship rounds, and showed his championship merit. Well, we're not getting to the fight, but John still won, basically. Everybody thought Dominic Reyes won. Cool with it. But Reyes, Blackowitz coming for the interim title. Whoever wins gets, in my opinion, Santos. Santos has next. I would love to see Reyes and Santos. I'm not quite sure if it has happened already. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know everything about UFC or the matchups or whatever. But whoever wins this fight, Blackowitz or Reyes, I think has to see Santos next, because everyone had Santos beating John Jones as well. A lot of people had the same way they had Reyes beating John Jones. A lot of them had Santos beating John Jones on one bad leg, one bad knee. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But I expect it to be a very good fight. If I had to bet, I'll say Reyes wins it. Reyes, to me, right now, even though he's more unpolished, he's newer to the sport, he's more unpolished than Blackowitz. I think Reyes' talent, athleticism, as you said against John Jones, it will stand out. He learned from that fight. I think he'll be even better than that last time. And I think he'll beat Blackowitz for the interim belt. I wonder, could they make John Jones come back down and fight Reyes if he wins? I wonder. I mean, he just vacated the title, so I guess not. He doesn't want a rematch, I don't think. But, if Reyes wins his next 2-3 fights in dominant fashion, I wonder they'll probably be 2022 by that time. I wonder if they can make a 33-year-old John Jones come down and fight Reyes. Maybe, but I think that's it for the podcast, man. I think that's it. I don't have anything else. Short episode this week. 45 minutes, something like that. Run through my list real quick, man, but I don't see anything else that's really pressing right now. Let me make sure. If you haven't heard already, Damian Lillard dropped a 3-pack of songs last week, a 3-song EP called Live from the Bubble. Check that out. Dame Lillard saying what he's great on the court, great off the court as well. Yeah, great rapping from Dame Lillard, Live from the Bubble. I enjoyed it a lot. Check that out from Dame Lillard. That's it. If you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel. Yeah, good content coming. Some up there already, some more coming. Check out for that. Follow me on social media at Stats Free Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr. You know, I'm not up there. Follow me, whatever they call up there. Follow me, whatever. I think that's it for the podcast, man. Nothing else to talk about. Hopefully more news next time. We'll talk about some more NFL stuff, man. I might get into some predictions for the season. I think I'll get into that next episode, man. But that's it for the video, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Episode 4 next week. Look for it next Thursday. Peace out. See you guys then.